I've come back. I've had an incredible journey and I wanted to share it with you. And yes, I had gone down for a few days and I've been so busy prior. And in these few days, I really looked at so many things so differently. And what if the so-called illness that everybody's been running away from, what if that was part of our transcending and clearing out of the old to bring through the new? What if the bad side, black hats knew, but made it more so for you to fear it, to be scared of it, and created this to make you not ascend and you become fearful of this deadly thing that was going to happen to you? Because I must admit, going through it honestly does not feel normal of so many levels. And you think you're going through a bit of, mine was more head cold in my nose. And yeah, nothing that normally would work with it didn't even touch the sides. But yeah, what it did for me is changed me in so many aspects, and I've become so much more clearer, more sensitive, and to the point that one night, I am a girl that loves being nice and cozy in bed, and it's just me. And once I am, I have the best sleeps out. And my guides said to me, "You're wearing dead clothing." And I thought, great, sounds charming. But it was the fabrics they were talking of. It was the fabric that they spoke of, that they were telling me it was actually lowering my frequency, so it prevented my body to naturally heal. And when I laid there and I thought, well, yeah, I'm on in bed, and the sheeting was like a microfiber. The old jammies that I had on were like a polar fleece. And I honestly felt that it was my energetic body was trying to maneuver and get out. And I felt there was sort of, I was creating my own electricity so I couldn't just relax and sleep. And when I actually recognized once they had spoken of this, I thought, actually, that could be true. There could be truth in those words. They told me, go and get your cotton nightie on. And I did. And as soon as I put it on, my whole body just went, ah, and I was able to go to sleep. Now, I found that absolutely fascinating, because hence why I don't like wearing shoes. I love keeping my feet grounded. And the minute I put them in soothing, there's no such word, in my shoes, I felt different again. And when I do my healing, I always will take off my socks and shoes. I just love the connection. So I had actually seen an article that they're wanting us to get back into the cottons, the linens, and the wool. They are our natural fibers, right even to bamboo clothing, because it doesn't suppress our natural ability of our frequencies to emanate. That showed up big time. And they were saying also that you're not meant to mix your blends. Again, it makes sense. So yeah, just something to start thinking about. How good do you feel when you wear cotton? How good do you feel when you wear linen? It allows your body to breathe. Now, why do you think they made all these different fabrics? It makes sense, because if you think about, this winter, they are pumping out all the new sheeting, right down to all those expensive, the carpeting. It makes sense. We've got to go back to our natural fibers. Now that was actually something I took in really big, and but I must admit, going through this whole experience, I slept. I did a lot of sleeping. And you can tell that your body is shifting and clearing out so many levels. And I know I've had a lot of poisoning, so I know hence why it's come through my nose. Now, what I absolutely found fascinating, it's meant to be a V. Well, my weakness is my lungs. Didn't even touch it. It was just my nose and made me sleep. And the thing that did hit me quite massively is that I had done some big renos, and we were carrying a door, and we had to put the door in, and I put a lot of strain on my thighs for quite some time. So when it did hit me, that was one point of my body that decided to play up, and it was the tiredness and my thighs. And I thought, this is really bizarre. Now, what I couldn't understand, every time I relaxed, I was in so much pain when I laid down. The minute I stood up, pain gone. Then we realized that because of the strain that I had caused on my legs, my muscles had tightened. But they didn't know how to relax when I was in relax mode. That is when it caused me pain. So then once I put myself on a heated pad, it taught my muscles to relax. Once I relaxed and I had a Panadol, my muscles started relaxing, and bingo, we were away. So just something, because I had heard that quite a few people, it's hit them in their weaker spots, low back pain or anything. So that's what I did, and it was successful. While I was just cruising around, because I wasn't doing much, I just thought I'd just go with the flow. I jotted a few comments down that my guides would put through, and I'll read a few out. How to move forward is play a game in the movie. This way you can enjoy your character instead of playing a victim. Every single one of us are all unwinding ourselves at the moment from the karma that you will have to pay back or go through. Some will have it harsh, and it will and can be the worst nightmare that will bite them. I'm witnessing this for sure with some people around. What I say to you with this is, someone you know is going through something, take a step back and don't take in all the emotions. It is theirs. You have no idea what they have done to another or in their past lives. For it is between the universe and themselves, as they are the only ones that know. Remember the old saying, what you put out, you get back tenfold. So yes, be there for them 100%. Just don't take on it emotionally. That is all. Not only have some people are going through this, most are going through the ascension symptoms and experiencing many types of pain or emotional pain, which is having a great time on their bodies. We are seeking the fifth dimension, and I just wanted to let you know it's here. We are awakening up to it inside ourselves, bringing it in to our present experience. We are going back to heaven on earth with the change up that is going to occur. The gamma waves are strengthening up on earth, which is in turn changing up our physical bodies to become light bodies. We won't be eating meat as the animals are uplifting and they are communicating with us. We don't want to be eating them. Our plants and our vegetables will be enhanced, and they are the moment being poisoned along with the water. Once all these change up in our oceans and our rivers, are we going to be healed? So I have mentioned that my body has changed up, being more crystalline. So that means that we won't want to eat much food as it weighs us down. Our bodies are more like avatars and our new earth living in our heart space. If you look at it, our world is all based on fear and greed. Who has installed that into us? Come to the point now that no longer have they got the hold upon us, as thousands are waking up to the whole deception of us throughout the planet. I want to ask, was this part of our ascension of going through what I've experienced, and many have, was that to unblock and clear out what's blocking us? Did the black hats use this in nefarious ways for us to fear it instead of embracing it like I did and allow my body to go through the process? Was this all part of a beautiful thing? Yeah, straight away 2 cards have jumped out. There we go. We were always going to go through as a spiritual union to ourselves, for us to connect into ourselves. And the other card that came through, movement, choices and decisions, it was for us to also look upon it while we went through our shift personally. We shifted in so many aspects, and I can definitely say myself, I honestly feel like I've let go of so much within. I feel different. I feel so different on a spiritual side, because I embraced it. So yeah, it was a spiritual union, and it was coming in within yourself to find out who you are and to let go. I want to ask them a little bit more on that though. Was the black hats brought this in to slow that process down of the ascension, to make it fearful? Was this to prevent us? Let's see what they've got to say. Yeah, honestly, it really feels it, because this is just not a normal, I wouldn't call it a head cold. It's not even a head cold. It's like I'm letting go of some old, because nothing actually clears it apart from sleep and rest. Yeah, this card says it all. Black hats are stopping it. It was going to be the most natural and beautiful process And they have made it to control it so you would fear it. Because when you go through a birthing process, you're literally getting squeezed to go through the birthing channel. And when I look at this card here, this is where we're going. And look at the nefarious energy that was preventing us trying to hide the light, because that is the key. So that's what we were doing. Yeah, because again, there's no more suffering in the silence, because we have come to a point, and this is where we had to let go and surrender ourselves to this, to the possibilities of the higher frequencies that we are seeking and our body is seeking. And in that time that we've done the sleeping and the relaxing, our bodies have been shifting up. And I followed the Schumann resonance, and we got to an aptitude peak of 60, which is extremely high. And then it shot right down to 9. It's sort of peaking in 8 and 9 at the moment, went to 18. So yeah, we're having all these peaks, and it's making such an effect on the physical body. But we're bringing out the shadow self, bringing it out so we can clear. So this is happening for a bigger purpose. And for all the ones that have gone through, you can say within yourself that it's not normal and it feels so different. So there's a bigger purpose that has taken place. We've pulled the shadow side of you that you have not dealt with. You have brought it through to be healed. And the healing is taken place because you've had to take some time out and rest. And well, the whole world is shifting up massively. Okay, so another question. Is everybody going to go through this? Is every person? Yeah, in the heart space. So yes. Okay, that's all I need to know. The other question I want to know, is it a virus or is it a cleansing? Because I can definitely say anything that I used viral didn't kick it. Yet when I tuned in, I felt like I was clearing and bringing out more stuff. So let's ask, was this viral? Yeah, because you're really learning different aspects of yourself by going through it. I must admit, there's 2. By going through it myself, all that didn't even exist out there. Again, it was made to believe it was. But it wasn't. It was hijacked. Totally hijacked. Because we were all going to go through it for the spiritual strength. So we start off like this, but we actually connect into ourselves in that much higher capacity. Because you actually feel so much clearer, so much more at peace. I cannot get over how peaceful I feel. Even just in the way I'm speaking at the moment. Because we're moving on. We're coming out of this. We're going into the higher realms within ourselves because we had to find it. And how can you find it if you don't shift all this that was in here? I feel more at peace. I feel I have shifted so much. This is all part of our transitioning. And I can definitely say that even my way of thinking, just everything about me, I just feel so different. And I know they're still wanting me because of the poisoning, and that is where it's just sits in there. The body still wants to clear somehow. Find it fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Okay, so are we all still on track? Because I always said April, May, and I honestly feel it's really crescendoing out there, and for more to happen May. Are we still on track? Are we still on track? Okay, where are we at? Okay. Are we still on track? Are we still on track? Because it just feels so good. So peaceful out there. Oh, wow. Emotional loss. It's not the emotional loss that you think you're actually letting go to connect. You're coming back inside yourself to connect. Connecting in and going right out there to source. You are being found. That's so special. You will notice also a lot of us have gone more into a solitude and finding the strength, because there is old ancient teachings within ourselves that we're having to go back and find and reconnect. Look at what I found. It says it all. We're totally on track. The universe has got our hands. We feel it in our heart, and stay strong. We are so much closer. But you imagine, I know that it seems to be dragging on and on and on, but you have to realize this world was evil. And the good guys have been cleaned up. And if you think back to what we were a year ago to where we are now, we have climbed so high. We have learned so much. We have all shifted in so many aspects of ourselves. So be proud of where you are, but just know the universe has got our hands. And that is just such a perfect card right now. So don't feel alone, because the universe is right there, right there. I just want me to bring out one more card for you. Let's see what they got to say. Yeah, bingo, stand your ground. This is for you solely. Stand your ground, hold the line, because everything is getting stronger. You are getting clearer. We are shifting, and by God, this time next year, we will never look back at this, because our life will be completely the opposite. You can really feel it. The transition to have gone through this cleansing right now is mind-blowing. So thank you for listening. Keep holding strong. We've got this, and I will keep you informed on how we go. Love you. Like and share, and thank you for supporting me. Love you.